The replay is a lonely boy. God, this shirt is ratchet. Okay, I'm gonna go put on a sweater, a hat, get a monitor set up over here so I can see stream details. But we'll be right back with you. I said the replay is a lonely boy. The replay is a lonely boy. The replay, my God, I don't like how I look from the background. The replay, oh my God, that's gross. There's garbage to be found. I'm going to hide the trash in my house so I don't look like I'm Oscar the Grouch. Because we don't have any garbage cans and I haven't taken it out. Okay. All right. Well, that's a bit better. Good morning. I still got to get a sweater and a hat. One sec. I guess we'll use the sweater. No, we can't. It really feels bad. But I don't want to use my other sweaters. I guess the replay isn't lonely. Good morning, my friends. How are you doing today? I hope you are well. We're coming at you live. I am just getting things started. It's a fun morning. Actually, I didn't go to the gym this morning, which is unusual. I've been killing the gym every single morning. But I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go later today. And that'll be fine too. Hey, Tammy. How are you doing, my love? Let's see if we can get a little camera adjustment here. What if we go up a little bit? And then, hey, Jamay, how are you doing? How's Jamie doing, bud? Hey, Steven, how are you, man? Clickety-clack. Well, how you doing, folks? All right, we're doing well over here. Let's get some cooking going on. Oh, it's Friday night and we're gonna cook, except it's not Friday at all. It's Saturday morning, which is a totally different day. Hey, morning, Hope. How you doing? Oh, so good to have you here. I love that we've made a few people into Twitch watchers, right? It's kind of fun. I should tell Twitch how many people I've brought over to their platform. I wish I was I'm slightly too tall. If I go back here, I don't know. I don't like having the top of my head cut off. Whatever. Choose a kitchen. It's funny, this is my kitchen. It's just all been painted freaking white. It's so boring now. I get why other people would want a really plain white kitchen, but no, it's just so freaking boring. Good eye, my friend. Good eye. All right, let's get a little bit of. All right, got the apron on. Hey, Brian, good to have you here, brother. All right, let me see here. I gotta get my coffee. My coffee's over on the computer table. One sec, y'all. I said the replay is a lonely boy. How are we looking over there? Looks okay. You should buy this place. I'll be honest, I don't know if I could afford this place anymore. Hey, Boo, how you doing, man? It's been a little while. No, our new place is awesome, though. It's got a great backyard. I'm going to get myself a little wood-fired pizza oven. We're going to do some outdoor cooking. I'm going to build a second stunt kitchen. A stunt kitchen in the basement so I can do, proper cooking content much easier. I don't have to, set up a bunch of cameras in my regular kitchen. But also, it's just going to be, for streaming. My big design is we're going to basically have the camera set up right here, and then I'm going to have a little moving table that I can have my cutting board and a little burner on, and then I'll be able to actually look at you guys and saute and cook, and then we'll also have, you know, like the top-down cameras and all that fancy. My phone was taken off when you were in biology? No! That's so bad. Paint gun filled with custard. What's cooking, bro? Brian, we're gonna do a bit of a smorgasbord this morning. We're gonna take our board, we're gonna smorg it. But first, I need to find a mug with a nice raw ceramic edge. Do you play Roblox? I don't play Roblox, actually, no. I play like Fortnite, some Grand Theft Auto. I played a bit of Valorant and a bit of Apex Legends, but like neither kind of did it for me. But then I love old school games like Sims and Builders, not The Sims, but like simulators and Builders and stuff like that. Huge fan of like the old Civilization series and Age of Empires and all sorts of boomer games. Boomer. No, that's not what a boomer is. Okay. The stunt kitchen, yeah. The stunt kitchen indeed. This pan just needs a little bit of a clean, so let's do that. Bada boom, bada bing. Get her a little cleaned off. Now, I still haven't seasoned this properly, but this is what happens in restaurants, is even if you don't season something properly, it eventually starts to get seasoned. What that is, it's essentially like a micro-thin layer of oil that is burned on as a coating. And much in the way a cast iron pan does this, carbon steel, or just raw steel, essentially anything but non-stick, will eventually form that up. Non-stick is just like, I don't know, don't buy non-stick stuff. Non-stick sucks. For putting mayo on garlic bread. That's fair. I'm politically opposed to Roblox. All right, cool. Okay, so we're gonna take our knife and we're gonna do a little chef's trick here. Is that we need to sharpen our knife, but we don't have our block or we don't have a knife honing. So we're just gonna use the underside of a ceramic mug like that. Drag it back and forth. We'll go 3 times now. Like that. Oops, don't hit a piece of metal after you do it. But essentially we're going for a like 17.5 degree angle, 15 degree angle, whatever you want to call it. So we go 90, this is 90, right? This is 45. Half of 45 again is 23.5, and reduce that by a little bit. Make sure you get all up and down the blade. Good, there we go. Hey, how you doing? A Danish loser. Oh, I was gonna call you like a Dan Hosler, but you're a Danish loser. You're not a Danish loser. Denmark is awesome. House price negotiations are worse than expected. Peter Sharp. Indeed, we've fallen on tough times. We're now succumbed to sharpening our knives on a mug. All right. A series on struggle meals. Welcome back. Today we are doing British bread and gravy. It was a wartime meal, and it's a combination of bread and gravy. Well, I just fixed my tap the other day. I'm so psyched about it. She was a little loose. Oh, look at that. We got a good crew going so far. Okay, we're going to make some basic breakfast potatoes. I'm going to do some little medallions today, just to get a little, look at that. We can cut them all 3 at once, because we're being super fancy-pantsy. But we're just going to go for some little potato medallions. We will give these a quick blanch in some water. And like always, we are going to cook our potatoes with cold water as opposed to with hot water. As in, we are going to put them in the water and bring them to a boil, as opposed to boiling the water first and adding them in. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. I'm going to get my breakfast and watch YouTube. Hey! Hell yeah. Bread and gravy is both. Honestly, budget meals would be good. Say, well, maybe we'll do a budget meals. I do have some good budget meals, man. A lot of my budget meals are like, I don't know, I think they're pretty fun. North America weird? Yeah, I mean, I think potatoes with breakfast is a pretty standard thing. I mean, the United Kingdom is big on potatoes with breakfast. Maybe not like Eastern Europe, but I think most places. Hi, buddy. You can't get out to the window anymore. My poor puppy dog. Hold on, I gotta show you guys this because this is absolutely pitiful. I trained him basically, Teddy. I trained him basically to come up on the window. Come here. Show the people what you were doing. And he was just sitting here on the window, but there used to be a couch here, and now there isn't because we have no furniture in our house, like literally. And yeah, and so the poor bugger was just sitting right here, being like, Papa, could I have a piece of cheese? Could I have a piece of cheese, Papa? I'm a lonely boy. And then my other dog's just sitting over there being a good girl. Look, if someone gives a donation, if someone gives a little cheese tax, we'll give you a piece of cheese, but you're gonna have to come around to the side door, okay? Do you understand? You don't understand anything. There's not a thing between those guys. I forgot about hash browns. Like I was gonna say, it's not like ubiquitous, but like it's definitely give him the cheese. It's not up to me whether he gets cheese or not. It's up to you. And you. And you. Whether or not my good little boy gets the cheese, guys. But it's okay, I understand. Maybe you don't think he's deserving of cheese. Maybe you think he's a B-A-D boy. I don't know, I guess that's what let's take a little peek. He's definitely not sad about it. You're not sad about it at all, are you? Oh my. Monsieur Chien, parlez-vous français? Hein? Parlez-vous? Non. Je ne parle pas en français. Non, il ne parle pas en français. Pardonnez-moi. Aloha. Wait, are you leaving? Why would you say aloha? Because it's a Hawaiian word. Goodbye. Hello. God, I'm so funny. God, it's been a rough morning, guys. Okay, so we have some nice stale bread. Bro, you're going to Nova Scotia? Oh, Brian, we have to get a beer together, man. We absolutely have to get a beer together. You've been such a long time supporter. I would love to take you out for a beer, buddy. Let me know when you're here, please. Yeah, I've got you on Instagram, of course. Absolutely, a beer and some nachos or something, or some fish and chips, whatever you want. Whatever you want. That's awesome. Yeah, always let me know if you're going to Nova Scotia, people. I mean, maybe I don't trust you as much as I trust Brian, because he's just, So if you were a serial killer, you've used a level of dedication that is unheard of. But I feel there's a level of trust built up there. How much are flights? Honestly, they're actually not that. Stephen, if you could get to Dublin, you could get round trip to Nova Scotia for about 400 Canadian dollars, which is about £200. So you'd have to take the ferry over to Dublin. But WestJet, which is a Canadian airline, has a round trip nonstop between Halifax and Dublin for about 400 Canadian dollars. So honestly, it's not as much as you would think. It's still not 50 quid, but it's not. All right, we're making a bit of a breakfast smorgasbord. We've got some potatoes started in here. We're going to turn them on to boil because apparently I forgot to do that. We're going to heat up this back pan here. A little bit of salt in the water. I don't have any normal cheap salt, so we're just adding bougie ground salt into our patates. That's cool, though. Why direct from Dublin? Oh, that's random. No, there's just a ton of Irish sentiment in Nova Scotia and Irish tourism. It's just a very popular tourist destination, and they just sort of worked out and did the math and was like, oh, okay, it works out. Plus, Dublin is just it's weirdly direct, it's an efficient flight, but plus Dublin's one of the most the largest tourist destinations in the world. If I ever go to Scotland again. Mate, I've been to Scotland several times. One of my favorite places in the world. My wife and I almost moved to Glasgow in the pre-pandemic world. We were legitimately, I was renewing my British citizenship and a bunch of other stuff. And we were going to, I say British citizenship. I know it's not Scotland, obviously, but my mom was British. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, because I qualify as a dual British citizen. I haven't held anything with that for a while. I used to hold an Irish passport when I was a kid, just for like traveling. But yeah, I haven't held a British one ever, I don't think. But if you get Ryanair, come back to Edinburgh. Get your pint of Wetherspoons. Classic. Nothing like a classic Spoons breakfast, cooked by Chef Mike himself. Chef Mike, of course. Just doing it. You're Scottish to me. Oh, mate, that's brilliant. I love it. I do have a Scottish unicorn tattooed on me, so there's that. Okay, so we're like ridiculously out of ingredients in my house because we're only living here like for a couple of weeks before we move into our new place. So I don't even have like milk or sugar. So what we're using my wife's almond milk creamer and egg to make a sort of egg wash for French toast, because this is already sweetened, it has creaminess to it, and hopefully it'll whisk into with my eggs. But I also don't have a whisk, so I need to, I guess, wash off a fork. But yeah, some good spoons in Edinburgh. Hey, grab a pint when you come back down. Look, next time I do any traveling to just about anywhere, I'll put the word out there, and we'll see if we can't meet up with some folks and have a nice brewski and maybe a breakfast or something. Okay, so let's whisk our makeshift. Theodore, what are you doing, bud? I'm gonna whisk this together. That just became completely broke out of nowhere. No, we sold this place, and to sell it, we obviously like staged it properly, which was like everything from painting to. I'm just checking out the other thing. That's interesting. Just drink some raw egg and clock out. I don't know who that would be less fun for, me or the viewer, because A, you're gonna just miss out on the beauty that is the breakfast stream, and then B, I'm just gonna suffer needlessly. So. Alright, I have a feeling this pan is a little bit too hot. It is a little bit too hot. So I'm just going to cool it down. In the least appropriate way ever. So here's a trick on how to cool down a pan. Just throw some water in it. Don't do this if there's oil in there, obviously, because that's a terrible idea. But that will just straight up cool down your pan a little bit. Right? Because now watch, when I had this butter, before it was like sizzling and browning. And now it's just sort of like nicely melting. So don't do that though. That's actually a pretty bad trick. Don't worry, yeah, I'm still going to the gym. I didn't go this morning, early in the morning like I usually do. I took the morning off just because I busted my back doing deadlifts the other day. And yeah, and so I just wanted to take it easy. And so I'm just going to like see how we're feeling today, because I did have deadlifts on my schedule today. And we're going to see how I'm feeling, and like maybe go a little later in the day if everything's feeling good. Or maybe I'll just like go and do like a cardio day, just like go on the treadmill for a bit, go on the bike, maybe the stair stepper if I'm feeling like working my booty. But yeah, I think we're gonna take today as a pretty easy gym day, just because like I haven't given myself a good recovery day in like 2 or 3 months, and it's just sort of like I'm definitely building like compound injuries, if you know what I mean. But your friend has a cat named Theodore. That's awesome. Booked your reservation at Hell's Kitchen. Do you think that place is overrated? So I think, look, regardless of what you think of Gordon Ramsay, if he's overrated or underrated or whatever else, I think there is a certain level of standard that he does have to attach to his name, simply because a lot of his places are Michelin starred, and I think it would reflect pretty poorly upon his brand if he started bleeding stars or bleeding stuff. So not only does he hire really good people, but I would take a wild guess, and I would say Ramsay's margins on food are actually slightly lower than his competitors in Vegas or in any other restaurant. And the reason for that is just in every example I've ever seen, his restaurants do actually source like the finest produce, because he's got a name attached to it. It's kind of like the reason the Queen gets such good marmalade, right? Because she gets to put her little royal seal on it. And so when you as a supplier can say, Gordon Ramsay uses my oysters. Or, oh, did you know Gordon Ramsay buys Nova Scotia lobster for his lobster ravioli? Fact, by the way. you can basically then use that as a prestige thing. So I would defend the fact that Ramsay probably uses better produce than everyone else, but you can't just charge more because he needs business, right? He needs to appear busy and a lot of other things. So I don't know. I would say that it's not overrated. I would say that you're not getting the creativity of another chef. Like you are just getting kind of like, you're going to get a lot of Ramsay Wellingtons and a lot of things like that at Hell's Kitchen because, you know, the chefs haven't, especially if it's during filming, the chefs haven't been cooking those dishes for that long. So they're going to do ones that are like rudimentary, as I say, like Wellington or like grilled salmon or like turbot and stuff like that. And those are just some of the things that I remember seeing on a lot of those episodes. But yeah, I don't think it's overrated. And I think especially if they're filming, it's probably going to be a really cool experience, right? That is one thing that the man doesn't like cheat his way on. You know, I have issues with Ramsay, but they're more about his personality and the way he presents himself to the world, rather than actually the quality of his food. I actually think that's pretty, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, orange floppy sheet. Is it normal that I can cut an avocado seed in half? No. It's not normal. You're either really strong, your avocado seeds are really soft, or, I don't know, are you the Iron Giant? Do you have like hydraulic arms? That could also explain it. Okay, so our potatoes are boiling. So we're going to turn the heat down a little bit. So you should never boil something really on full temperature unless you're like really trying to like reduce a stock or, I don't know, reduce the amount of liquid in something. It actually makes a lot more, a lot more normal to turn the temperature of your water down slightly when you reach a boil. But I may be biased because he's Scottish, but I love Gordon Ramsay. No, that's not biased. I mean, there's a reason he's one of the world's most popular chefs, right? It's not just coincidence or, you know, he didn't just like, I don't know, get on TV or something. Like he does have prestige and he does have, a credible reputation. So, but yeah. The Batman. Soon, I want a voucher in school. Luke, that's awesome, buddy. Hey, Miss Macbeth, how you doing this morning? I hope you are feeling fine. How is everyone doing at your house? I hope you are all recovering or on your way to recovery at this point. I'm just going to rotate some of these pieces of French toast that are near the edge of the pan and that are probably not cooking as evenly. That one looks all right, actually. Yeah, we'll just give those a quick little rotation there. And that guy can get flipped. This is going to be a good little French toast, I think. We're going to undercook our French toast a little bit. Here, you get to peep that color on that French toast. Is that not beautiful? Beautiful thing. I'm watching Twitch because my parents are getting a divorce. Bro, that's rough. I don't know if you're trolling or if you're being funny, but I'm going to assume you are not. And if that's the case, then yeah, man, I'm sorry. That really sucks. Something that a lot of people go through. Not something I have a lot of experience with myself. But like, yeah, man, it's gonna be rough. I hope you, I hope you're in a place where you can deal with it. You got people around you that you can talk to, and yeah, man, there's lots of support and lots of groups out there, even just like subreddits on Reddit where people talk about all sorts of things. I don't know. I often find it's good to have a community, or good to see that other people are feeling the same things you are. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. Getting back there, back to work yesterday. Hey, well, good. I mean, congrats on getting back to work. I hope that's like a positive thing. And yeah, I'm glad to hear. Binging with Babish is I would say he's the pinnacle. He's one of the prime examples of how you should do an online cooking show. You know, he came in with a different concept than everyone else. He executes almost all his videos to perfection. He admits when he doesn't know something. He admits when he makes mistakes or when he has to do like a little fakey section of the video. And you know, he's on a journey of learning and he's taking us along with it. He himself is a talented chef or a talented cook, whatever you want to call him. But he's also put himself in situations where he clearly demonstrates that, you know, he doesn't know everything. Like when he was cooking on at Egg Slut with Alvin Kailan. That's the name of his restaurant. I'm not trying to swear. Yeah, that was really cool because, you know, it showed that he wasn't a line cook, you know, and he actually wasn't really, it was something he would have to spend a lot of time working on before he'd be able to sort of like step up to that, right? And yeah, I can't say enough good things about binging with Babish. He's certainly one of my idols. And I mean, just the fact that the guy was a video producer and like was a hobby cook, and then turned that into being like, you know, one of the most talented online chefs or whatever. I think he's great. No. Oh, is that a savory French toast? Oh God. Oh no. You're right. It is not a savory French toast. No, we're cheating a little bit. We're having a bit of a smorgasbord. I just had some really stale bread that I wanted to use up, and I honestly don't know if it would have lasted another day. But okay, so as I said, we're going to undercook this French toast a little bit. So as you can see, these bottom sides are getting a little cooked, but if I was leaving them in the pan, I might probably do them a little bit longer. So we'll get those, and we'll pop them into a nice little container here. And I don't want them to dry out, so I'm going to put a makeshift lid on top of this, which is actually just an old pie plate. Like that. It's not perfectly fitting, so steam will escape and stuff will get in. But that will keep them nice and warm. And I'm going to turn my oven temperature down to as low as it'll go, which is about 200 degrees. Oh wait, it goes to 170. There you go. And then that will just keep the oven from turning on, basically. I do have pizza. I still have the hot sauces. That's you good memory. Yep, we still have those cooking away there. Let me check the cookness of my potatoes. Oh, they are perfectly cooked. So we will take them off the heat. I'm just going to drain out the water a sort of sketchy way by just sort of pouring it out without a lid. And just going slowly and hoping we don't lose any spuds. Oh, almost lost one. Hey, look at that. Perfectly drained. Okay, so I'm going to let those sit for a second so the rest of that water kind of gets out of there while we get started on a cup of coffee. Hey, we've got to give Teddy a treat. Hey, there we go. Oh, you remember that? Oh, good man. Good man. Good man yourself. Good man yourself, as my aunt would say as she runs onto the pitch at a hurley match. Oh, Teddy, just in time, buddy. Why don't you come right here? Hi. How would you like to say thanks to our good buddy Luke, all the way from Ireland, who's giving him a piece of cheese this morning? Teddy says, thank you very much, buddy. We'll give one to Lola, too, of course. Oh, my Lolita. I'll give that a little bit to Teddy because he's a jealous boy. You can't give Lola something without giving Teddy something, too. There we go. The cheese tax. The cheese tax is the only way that my dog gets cheese every day. Good man yourself. I haven't seen a hurley match in so long. When we were there, the All-Ireland finals were on, and I was so peeved because we had an extra day in Dublin. We absolutely would have been able to find a way to go to the match. It was in Croke Park, and I've never seen a match there, which is so cool. My wife has never seen hurley played at all in person. And so I was really excited well, she wasn't my wife at the time, actually. She was just my girlfriend. She's just my girlfriend. Wasn't that funny? We sent to our honeymoon the last time we went. Wait, are you just playing The Sims? Oh my God. My wife is just playing The Sims. She's completely ignoring me for her fake family. Ignoring her real family for the fake family. Well, I see how it is. All right, great. Cool. No, I'm not offended at all. No, definitely. That is too good. That is too good. Oh, all right. So we are going to get some water boiling. I don't think there's actually much water in that kettle, is there? There's a little bit. We're going to add a little more water. Hello, Pete's wife. Yeah, she's my Danish friend. She's not going to hear you. She can't hear me. If you guys could, like, start a character in her Sims universe and, like, go over to her house, that would probably be the only way to get her attention right about now. That, or I could tell her, like, the dog is choking, but I'm not a jerk, so I'm not... Well, I mean, I am a jerk. It's kind of my personality. But... Okay, we're going to grind up some coffee. You want to go to Canada? Oh, dude, the jet lag's not bad. Don't worry about it. Where are you flying from, I should say? Unless you're flying from, like, China. And plus, the jet lag only kicks your butt for, like, maybe a day. And if you just, like, don't sleep the previous day... So you fall asleep at like the normal time for Canada, you'll be fine. Okay, noise warning. We're about to grind some coffee beans here. So you have about 3 to 5 seconds to turn down your volume just slightly, just for a second. That is a 3 and a 2 and a 1. Let's grind. Done. Grind. That doesn't actually improve the grind. I really need to get a burr grinder. Yes, Brian, face your fears, buddy, because that's a very easy fear to overcome. Jet lag, I should say. If you're scared of moose or polar bears or gravy on French fries, that's a different thing. But if you're scared of gravy on French fries, I mean, Canada might not be the vacation spot for you anyway. I have a deep phobia of French fries and gravy. Okay, I guess we're going to use the coffee cup that I sharpened my knife on. So that's cool. All the reflexes a lonely boy. I'm quite liking the pour over. My only criticism of the pour over method is that it doesn't seem to quite make enough coffee for me. I like a big cup of coffee. So if I could find a way to do like a full pour over pot, maybe I need a larger one of these, but yeah. I like a good brewed coffee. I'm a sucker for it, you know. I know it's old school. Oh, I've got like a heating pad on my back right now, by the way. If you see me like bending like this, it's not because I'm trying to do something weird. It's because there's like one of those like Robaxitas like heating pads on my back. Looks like I'm wearing a diaper actually. It's kind of weird, but. Okay, this pan is here. This is some leftover frying oil that I used. It's actually garlic-infused frying oil, I suppose. We'll get a little bit of that in the pan to heat up nicely. Yeah, and if you do come to Canada, let me know. I have some good recommendations. I have some good recommendations in most major Canadian cities, to be fair. But I have other people I know in most places. We can get you some amazing recommendations. All right, while our water finishes boiling, we're going to add our potatoes to this pan. Ooh, you can just smell that garlic. I'm going to add a little more oil because we do kind of want to deep fry this a little bit. And you know what? That is. Let's get the potatoes in here, and then we'll finish off our coffee. Ow, that pot is really hot. Cool. I really don't know where my cast iron frying pan is. Like, we packed it away. My enameled cast iron skillet that has sort of like famously been on just about every episode of this show. I would really like to know where we put that because it's annoying the heck out of me. Hey, redeemed follow on TikTok. Holy crap! Holy smoked! Okay, when I went to New York from Aberdeen to Scotland, I fell asleep at my first NBA game. I fell asleep at the Rockets the next day. I fell asleep at Ellis Island. Oh no, that's brutal. Oh my god! Longest word in Danish is that's excellent. Wait, what does that mean? So Danish works like German then, where you can have crazy big compound words. Okay, hold on. We are going to. Okay, we're just gonna do our filter here, but okay. So strawberry jam on top. Okay, cool. My love. Why are you looking so suspicious at me? Can I borrow your phone for a second? Do you know your TikTok information? You don't know how to sign in and out of TikTok on your phone? Like you don't know your password and shit? Because someone just redeemed a crazy viewer reward to follow me back on TikTok. It's like 10,000 points. They've been saving for this reward for some time, and I almost want to do it immediately, but I don't think I can do it immediately. But okay, well, we will do that later. Can you, my good friend, Jamie, can you please message me on Instagram? I know I'm asking a little bit, but can you please message me on Instagram because my Instagram DMs are open. TikTok turned off the ability to get random DMs like message requests. So if you could message me on Instagram with the link to your TikTok account, I'm actually gonna make a video on it because that's a really cool thing that you've redeemed. Yeah. If you can message me that on Instagram, we will take care of that right after this stream, buddy. because I want to get this taken care of because that's an awesome reward and you've been saving for that, so I don't want to delay it one little bit. Okay, we've measured out 24 grams of coffee. We are now going to measure out 350 grams of water. That's the ratio. BRB. That's awesome. By the way, guys, if you don't follow or if you're not subscribed, you might not have seen it, but there are viewer rewards. I think everyone gets them, or maybe you have to be following, but you get a higher percentage of rewards if you're subscribed too. So I don't know if that's something you're interested in. That's a way to do it. But if you're not, just chill, watch, and occasionally give Teddy a treat because that's awesome too. So we're gonna bloom our coffee first. That's just putting a little bit of water on the beans to like pre-soak them. Oh, full Scottish breakfast. There's nothing like a full Scottish breakfast. Some haggis, a potato tatty. I say. Just a wee bit of Scotch. Honestly, yeah, so a full English breakfast is great. A full Scottish breakfast is better in my opinion. But, I'm sorry, a full Irish breakfast is absolutely superior because I prefer black pudding to haggis. Although haggis is very good, lovely little breakfast, you know, something, a little sausage to fry up with your breakfast. But I prefer blood pudding or black pudding. And I also like the fact that you can get white pudding with it in Ireland. And then you also have fried bread. Although I will say you sometimes get potato farl for breakfast in Ireland, which is basically like a tatty scone. But yeah, not as ubiquitously as you get it in Scotland, I would say. See, that's why I put the Teddy reward nice and low. One, because it fattens up my dog quite nicely. And then two, because yeah, because people are going to use that one. It's hard to save up when that's such a good reward. All right, slowly continuing to pour our, not boiling, our water that's cooled a few degrees from boiling. I'm just trying to make sure I don't overfill this cup. All right. We have haggis and black pudding. Oh, you do haggis and black pudding. Okay, you win, I guess. You just win. What are your thoughts on snow? I mean, wait, okay, you're gonna have to be, do you mean snow, the white Canadian Jamaican wrapper? Do you mean snow, the form of water that is fluffy? Or do you mean snow, the thing that cooks do in the bathroom? Because two of those things I'm not such a fan of, and one of those things, like, I'm Canadian, so it's just kind of like, you know, a reality of my life. All right, and there is 350 grams of lovely water. I think this is going to be overfilling my cup, but that's okay. We're going to take this off the scale here and turn our scale off. If you don't have a kitchen scale, by the way, this is the best, like, $10 you can spend on yourself in the kitchen. For baking, for your back, hey, the type of cold water. Okay, yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. Is it the third one, Pete? I'll never tell. Is that why you like me because you're Canadian? Look, I'll leave that up to interpretation, okay? But I can say I'm a big fan of tobogganing, going skiing. You know, at the ski hill, there's always lines to get on the lift. You know, I love a good line. I'm joking. I'm not encouraging that sort of anything. I just think the joke is really funny, just for the record. I just think the joke is very funny, so we're just going with it because it's a funny joke. Funny joke. Yeah. If you can call them metaphors, I would call them ham-fisted illusions. Not illusions, allusions. But yeah, but sure, sure. If you're being generous, they're metaphors. Okay. Now here's the best part. And this is a super sweet Canadian hack. I'm going to squeeze out that's boiling water. Ow, that's hurting my hair. Here's a super great Canadian hack to make your coffee taste better. Because look, we'll get a taste of this. Hold on. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Wow, that tastes like patriotism. Hey, Tim Hortons, sponsor me. I'm a big fan. I have 17 bottles of vodka in my room, 17 bottles of VOD. I take one down, I pass it around, and that's why I didn't wake up yesterday. How do you have that many bottles of, like, are they full? I don't understand if they're full. I really and truly don't understand why. But all right. Well, I hope you get the help you need, sir. God, we got a weird fan base. I love it. I do love it, but y'all are kind of on the unusual side. I mean, I suppose that's probably why you're attracted to my stream, but nonetheless, sometimes it does get me. All right, so we're gonna flip all these potatoes, which is a little time consuming. But the nice thing about making like potato medallions, as opposed to doing like cubed, like home fry style potatoes, is that you only have to flip these once to ensure that every side basically gets fried. Whereas with a breakfast potato, like a cubed one, if you're not using a deep fryer, if you're just pan frying them, then you are inevitably going to miss one of the sides because, you know, you can't, it's harder to flip them all individually. But with these ones, you get that individual flippiness, and it works like a charm. Look at that, we got some lovely color on them. I am frying them quite heavily in oil, as I say. There's a few reasons for that. One, it just works better. Two, I'm trying to season this pan. I thought Tim Hortons was a How I Met Your Mother joke. No, Tim Hortons is absolutely a real thing. Half are empty. Okay, all right, fair enough. I'm a lurking. I've got some stuff to do. Enjoy your breakfast and thanks for the channel reward. Hey, thank you for saving up for that channel reward. I think that's incredibly cool of you. And I don't know, it's cool for me to like mean that much to someone that they would like spend a bunch of their time saving it up. Brian, we didn't actually go to the gym this morning. We're going to go later today. Maybe we'll do, I don't know. I don't want to do a stream at the gym. I don't think people like it when you film there. But yeah, we're going to do the gym a little later today. My back, I busted my back doing deadlifts the other day. Although I hit a new personal record on deadlifts. I did 3 plate deadlifts, 315 pounds. Yeah, buddy, 2 reps. 2 reps. But then on the second rep, I just absolutely felt my back go from this to like that. And I just busted out the back. So I've just been trying to baby it. Like I went to the gym yesterday, but I just did cardio. You know, I didn't mess around with weights. And then today when I go, I'm probably gonna either just take it easy or do something like I did yesterday where I just maybe just do cardio. Although I'm feeling good enough for some weights. But, ooh, leg day, nice. Wow, this Tim Hortons tastes especially good today. Oh boy. I find it funny that there's a difference between the viewers numbers on, because I've got my stream manager up and it says different than, oh, that's the back right there. Oh. Anyway, okay, so we've got our potatoes. We got some French toast in there. What else are we going to cook up? We have got some... We've got some sausages. We've got some snakin'. Do you have anything else that needs to be used up there? Are those still good? Yeah, those are still good. That looks good. Yeah, okay. Cool, we got some other stuff we're going to grill too. We got a nice mushroom. Oh no, you dropped your phone. Jesus, be more careful, buddy. We got some tomatoes. We'll get a whole lot going here. So that mushroom looks like it needs a little bit of work because I see a little bit of a moldy bit. That's okay. And I don't like that bit there because that's a little goopy. So we'll just sort of trim her up there. Aside from that, looks great. Give her a quick rinse on the skin side. You don't really want to rinse the underside of your mushroom too much because it's just going to absorb all that liquid. And then we are going to, now this is a lot easier when your mushroom's fresh, but pop out that cap there. Lovely. We'll grab our scraps of mushroom. Chuck them away. I hope you didn't break your phone, bro. I would feel personally responsible. Okay, great. Our breakfast potatoes are looking great. So we are going to get them out of this pan here and into this one. We're going to be a little bit like, we're not going to try and like dust the oil off or anything, because this pan has no oil in it, and I don't want them to stick as they kind of finish cooking / stay warm in the oven. So we'll just leave that bit of oil there. Leave a good bit of oil with them there. But we want to also keep the oil in the pan because we're going to use it here in just a second. I'm going to now spread these out so they don't get soggy by sitting on top of each other. A lot of times if you're frying something and it gets too soggy, it's because you overcrowded the pan, right? You really should fry the right amount of things for your pan. No more, no less. I know it's weird to say like the right amount, but okay. Those are some lovely little tomatoes. Let's get them in the pan there. And maybe those ones too. Are those coming off? Okay, great. A couple little things. I love keeping the tomatoes on their little stems like this and just kind of grilling them once or twice. And then, oh, you know what? Oops, we're going to season our mushroom a little bit first. Season our tomatoes a little bit first. A little salt, a little pepper. Pop that skin. Oh no, I keep forgetting. There's things I want to do right. We're going to do some scoring on this. Just lightly across it. Like that. And then we'll cross hatch it like that. And cross hatch it again like that. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll pop her in there. We'll let these tomatoes sit over to the side. Beautiful. Get a couple sausages. It's cracked. Oh no! On our place? Wait, is our place back? That's weird. I didn't know that was coming back. I think I saw something about that, but I just didn't. It didn't click in my head the other day. That's so funny. Let's cook up some sausages there. And no, don't worry. No worries. I never mind, by the way, if people pop in and out. Sometimes I get like, it confuses me because there's like more people watching than there are chatting. But that is perfectly all right. Barring my confusion, that is a very Twitch thing to do, you know? I feel like a lot of people on Twitch do that. Okay, we're getting there, my friends. We are getting there. We've got some lovely French toast. We've got some sausages here cooking up. Lovely. We've got our mushroom, we've got some tomatoes. And with the tomatoes, we can see they're getting nice and cooked like that. They're just getting blistered. That's beautiful. So we'll pop them on the other side. See how our mushroom looks. Oh, lovely. Now I can see the oil's drying up a little bit there. We're just going to add a tiny little bit more oil. The mushroom has a way of sucking up oil. I can also see that my heat's getting a little bit too much, so we're going to take that off the heat, turn it down a little bit, and just leave it off to the side for a second. Oops, I've been not showing you guys this the whole time. Never had North American bacon. North American bacon is much different. Like, so British bacon is similar to the cut we use in North America for slices of ham. Basically, American bacon is like all streaky fat. And so it crisps up a lot more than British bacon. I don't find that British bacon ever gets actually crispy. But American bacon, and the reason Americans like their bacon like crazy, what you would consider in Britain overcooked, is because it's like the edge of a pork belly, you know, or like when you get those pork bellies that puff up and get super crispy. You've kind of done that, but with a much slower process because obviously it's a cured product. But yeah, I don't know if there's one that I would say is certainly better than the other. I think they definitely serve different purposes. I would never put British bacon, for instance, on like a clubhouse sandwich. And I don't think it suits burgers that well either. Whereas I think it's much better if you're just like eating it straight, right? If you're just having it as a dish, like with breakfast or whatever, as a meat or as a side, I think British bacon is superior. But yeah, I definitely think it doesn't have the fat and the crispiness of more North American style pork belly bacon, right? But I don't know, that's sort of like preference, you know? I don't necessarily think, as I say, that there's a and Canada's great. I mean, what do you mean, how is it? Like, in what way? Like, I mean, it's a lot colder than Denmark. You get probably about 8 or 9 months of like cold weather where it might snow, or very, very likely to snow. But yeah, we have a lot of natural beauty. I think you probably don't really realize how big Canada is, because it's just like the distance between where I live in Canada and like Vancouver, which is on the other coast, is probably the distance between where you live and like probably close to like China. Do you know what I mean? Like it would be that far over, because it's an incredibly wide continent. So like it's very funny because there's obviously a lot of differences between people who live just on the East Coast or the West Coast. But as well as that, there's just huge differences between people who live in Alberta and people who live in Ontario. You know, there's just massive sort of like sub-national cultural differences. And of course everyone knows about, well, not everyone, but a lot of people know about Quebec. Whereas Quebec is basically a distinct society within Canada. That is, Quebec is governed by a separate legal code. Quebec has a separate language, obviously, French, that's spoken there. If you immigrate to Quebec, you have to be able to speak French. If you immigrate to Canada, you only have to be able to speak English. Do you know what I mean? So like it's very different, but it's also interesting. Some of the things that suck about Canada is it's expensive to travel within Canada. I can probably fly to Ireland for cheaper than I could fly to Vancouver. We don't have any like airlines like Ryanair or any like cheap discount airlines. That's not really that's only just becoming a thing here. And frankly, they're not that much cheaper than the conventional airlines. Occasionally you get really good deals, but like it is very occasionally. Yeah, there's a lot of issues in Canada with indigenous people, as we had an indigenous population that was, sort of colonized, that never really went away, but was sort of like intentionally and systematically marginalized. So there's a lot of issues with, land rights and with indigenous communities having significantly less resources than white communities. Yeah, there's issues like any country, but I love Canada. I think it's a great place. Yeah, cost of living is kind of expensive compared to some places, but I think it evens out in a lot of ways. I don't know, does that give you some idea? Yeah, Canada's climate is similar to the northern US, absolutely, but intercontinental climate's completely different. Like the climate in Ontario is not that similar to the climate in Nova Scotia. Ontario gets way hotter, and you have like more brutal cold spells. But ever watched Steel Game? I don't think I have. Or at least it doesn't sound familiar off the top of my head. Okay, let's get a couple little bits of tomato there. A little bit of tomato. Lovely. Ooh, that looks nice. I just fried up a piece of bread, by the way. Is it normal that I'm scared of geese? Yeah, geese are terrifying. If you're not scared of geese, you're crazy. Yeah, all Canadians are scared of geese. That's just like, we call them cobra chickens. I think that's an unofficial name, but okay. All right, my hook fan's on. 1 second. All right, we got our mushroom there. We got our tomato. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. Okay, the pan is a little bit dirty, so my sausages have got a little blackened. That's okay. We don't mind. Now my potatoes could use an extra little bit of a fry. So we're gonna pop these sausages out of here, stack them up there, all nice and good. And then we are going to pop the potatoes and the oil that is in with them back in here for just a couple seconds on a nice high heat. Like that, and just re-crisp them for just a couple seconds. And because now there's not too much oil in the pan either, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this opportunity to give them a little bit of a season, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I don't have any of my other spices, so if anyone makes fun of me for being light and not seasoning my food, this would be the appropriate time to do that, because I am not seasoning my food very well. But, oh, Teddy gets a treat. Teddy gets a treat. It's time to give my fun. Fear of geese is called a healthy respect for their hurt potential. Give Teddy the treat. Theodore, come out from under your mother's legs. What's in there? Teddy, come here, come on. Oh my God, you're such a dumbass. My dog just got stuck under a table. Lola, here you go. Here's a treat for you, baby. Good girl. Okay, good girl. Teddy, come here. Treat for you, Mr. Man. Come a little closer. Now, can you say thank you? Woo-hoo. Good boy. Good boy. There you go. Such a good boy, Teddy. Good boy. Except bite your knees off. Yeah, geese absolutely can do some damage to you. Don't underestimate the goose. All right, so sweet. Look, we got a little bit of browning on our potatoes. Some might call that burning. They would probably be right. All right, no, I'm just joking. We got a perfect little crispness on those patates, like that. Great, and I can see the oil in my pan has gotten rather dirty, so that's not good. But what we're gonna do, because I know there's not much oil in there, we're just gonna give that a quick rub with some water, a quick scrub, and hey, bada boom, bada bing. Our pan is back in fighting shape. Fighting form, I say. All right, unpopular opinion, mushrooms are gross. That is not an unpopular opinion at all. I think a lot of people think mushrooms are gross. Mostly like younger people. I think it's a textural, I feel like it's got to be a textural thing for a lot of folks. But yeah, I don't think you're alone in that. A lot of people think mushrooms are gross. I know my niece won't eat them. All right, so we're gonna cook our eggs in butter and in oil. To check out all the noise outside, it was a parade with bagpipes. So for those of you who don't know, Stephen lives in Scotland, in Edinburgh to be specific. And yeah, in case you're wondering why there's a parade with bagpipes, it wasn't like an orange march or something, was it, Stephen? We can't have that. Those ones are mental. All right, couple of nice eggs in the pan. That's terrible crap. I say a couple nice eggs in the... Oh God, I dropped a shell. Mushrooms are gross. Weird snaily stuff. How dare you discard? Opinion discarded. Uh-oh. We're starting beef in the comments. Alex, you want some French toast? Okie doke. Edinburgh, that city that never sleeps. Wait, no, hold on. Edinburgh, the jewel of the Orient. By the way, I'm submitting my new slogans to tours in Edinburgh. Edinburgh, the Royal Mile is kind of shite. Yes. Would you ever open up your own restaurant? Almost no. Almost never. No. I really don't. I might like to do like a pop-up at a restaurant somewhere, like take over their menu for a day and help out and cook a little bit. But yeah. Restaurants fail. Do you know what I mean? Restaurants just fail so hard and so much that it's just, I'm not confident enough that I'm bringing something interesting and unique to the table. I was a fine cook, and I'm proud of the skills I learned and what I accomplished in the culinary industry, but I was never the best. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my food is literally the best in the world. I like it. I think I do some things really well, but I'm not the world's best chef, and I'm never going to be. And I don't think that I have that much uniqueness to offer to a restaurant setting. But I don't know, maybe that's depressing, and maybe that's me being too hard on myself. But at the same time, it is kind of how I feel, right? But I don't know how it sleeps. Who's the better British chef, Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay? Who's Jamie Oliver? I never heard of him. Come on. I can't answer that. As much as I get mad at Jamie Oliver, I mean Gordon Ramsay, Jamie Oliver is absolute shite. I'm sorry. He's fine. He does some things cool, but the man just makes it up as he goes along. And I've been to one of Jamie Oliver's restaurants, and I did not care for it. I thought it was very obviously like some corporate nonsense that had limited or no connection to him. But I don't know, whatever. If you like Jamie Oliver, you like Jamie Oliver. That's the be all end all. But I'm sure he's a lovely person. And it's kind of cool that he got crap food out of British schools. But at the same time, yeah. Not my cup of tea. Jamie Oliver is dummy. Look, you said it, not me. Okay? Alright, here's some French toast for my wife. A little bit of pain français. Do we have any? Well, look, we don't have any peanut butter or anything.
Oh no.
I don't know. I'll try munching on some of it and give it a shake. All right, my friends. And here's my beautiful breakfast. A little messy. Let's taste a bit of the French toast first. Yeah, it's good. It's not super sweet, actually. It's nice, just like nice eggy bread. Which I haven't cried over. He cried over chicken nuggets? What, was he seeing them made? It's funny that you can show any part of commercial food preparation, of nuggets being made, or anything else, and it looks gross. But I don't know. So it's because you're unfamiliar with how industrial food is being made, not because the actual process itself is something to be, judged or is wrong in any way, right? But early peach and more dollars. Hey, I've got plenty. I got lots on TikTok. Kids were so hungry because the school couldn't afford to serve a phone. What? Oh man. I mean, that's exactly it. Ramsay's Scottish. Scotland is great. Yeah, so. As much as I have issues with Gordon Ramsay's perpetuating abuse in kitchens, I agree. He's Scottish, and so, yeah, give him a pass. Although, in fairness, he did have to leave Scotland to learn how to cook. Bam, bam, bam. Boo, 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 boo. This is code for zing, zing, zing. Zinger. Scotland has some of my favorite food around, and I love it. And there's amazing stuff in every city. And Glasgow invented the tikka masala and stuff like that. But yeah, you're much like Nova Scotia, and that it's a cold place, and people like a lot of fried foods, and people like a lot of greasy sandwiches and things like that. But I think it's great. Show kids how nugs are made. Would you still eat them? And they all jumped around. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah, Jamie Oliver is, I don't know. I don't want to insult the man. That was a perfectly cooked egg. A perfectly cooked egg. How's the French toast?
Good.
Yeah? Not bad actually, considering I used like the creamer.
What the heck?
What?
I just got the Wordle.
In one go?
Yeah.
First guess? My wife is a genius. She just got the Wordle in one guess. Did not shower any kids. Yes, you should be proud. The deep fried Mars bar. Honestly, I think that's iconic because it started a trend where people could think of deep fried food as like fair food or fun food, you know? And America really took that and ran with it. But yeah, I think that's great. Potatoes are perfect. Egg is lovely. I'll do the Lawrence. Potato. Sausage. Tomato. Mushroom. Dinner. I love Lawrence. That guy's so fun. You guys don't know who Lawrence TikTok is. He's a big bloke from England who's been on a beautiful weight loss journey, and the man is killing it. Absolutely killing it. So impressed. It's very hard to stick to something when you've been in old habits for a very long time. Oh. Now, what makes a good one? Sorry, a Mars bar with salt? Ooh, an omelet maker. That's fun. I'm not usually a fan of one-use appliances, but like, it's just fun. They're fun to try out every now and then. I kind of wish I was less of a dick about them so I could try them. Who's my favorite food TikToker? I have a lot of favorites. I mean, it's hard to say. There's some big ones who are great, but like, yeah, I don't know. Go look at anyone I'm friends with. You can look at my following list, and those are some of my favorites because they're just people who have been really nice to me and who I think are really talented. But yeah, I think there's a lot of really good ones. Flaky salt's awesome. You know the only one I don't like? And I'll tell you why. Sad Pappy. Sad Pappy has had me blocked since like before I was at 10,000 followers. And I have no idea how he even found me or why he would choose to do that, because he was at millions. And so I have a feeling that he must just like block everyone who does like food review duets because he just doesn't want them on his page. But like, turn off your duets, you know? Like, there's a really easy way to do that. But yeah, he's the only one I don't like. Not for any logical reason. Not because it's actually very illogical. But the man blocked me, and I'm kind of bitter about it. Because I'm a petty little mother flipper. And I don't like when people block me. Even if they have every right to, because it's their platform, and yada yada yada. But anyway, yeah. So that's the only food TikToker I don't like is him. I'm gonna give him the girls, and I will never buy one of your overpriced aprons because you blocked me. I'm such a basket case. Anyway, my folks, this has been the stream. This breakfast is lovely. I'm gonna go enjoy it. I hope you tune in tomorrow. Make some suggestions on what we're gonna cook. And stay tuned because we are going to be giving my good friend, Jamay, a follow back on TikTok. We're going to make a little video about it. Pretty cool. Good stuff. Okay. Take care of yourself. Drink some water today. Make sure you get lots of exercise. Get some sun in your life. And tell someone you love them today. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your dog, your cat, your non-binary lover. Someone in your life needs to hear that they are loved because everyone needs to hear that. Know that I love each and every one of you very, very much. And I thank you endlessly for the support you've given me. I hope we see you again soon. Bye!